Hello, good morning and welcome. Happy Monday. My name is Deirdre. I'm a cognitive behavioural therapist, and today I wanted to share with you a cognitive behavioural approach to identifying automatic negative thoughts. So firstly, what are automatic negative thoughts, sometimes called ants? And there's kind of good news and bad news when it comes to automatic negative thoughts, in that kind of the bad news is that they are just that, they're automatic, they're negative. So we don't have control over our first thought. You know, we may even say to ourselves, where did that come from? I wasn't even thinking about whatever it was, and it just pops into our mind. The reason for that is because that's our brain's job. Our brain's job is to protect us from danger, so its job is to keep us safe, keep us from perceived threats or any perhaps threats to our happiness. So it's on the watch out, so it will produce these automatic negative thoughts. So that's kind of just the first step and the bad news, as it were. But the good news is that we do have control over what we do next as humans, so we can come up with an alternative, more helpful thought. So a way to identify the thoughts in the first place, because sometimes we have the feeling before we actually are conscious of the thought. So we might feel something before we know what it is that we're thinking. So in order to identify what's happening, using the step process can be happy, and I'm going to talk that through with you. So the step is, the first letter is the S, and imagining a stop sign. So imagining the red and white stop sign and taking a breath, first of all, will probably be the first to just slow things down, to become more self-aware, to notice what's happening. The T is to, again, from a self-awareness perspective, to notice what it is that's going on. So what is the trigger? Who am I with? Where am I? What am I doing? To identify what it is, the circumstance is, or what the trigger is for the automatic negative thought. Next then is the emotion. Now oftentimes this will come first, in that we feel anger, we feel sadness. Generally, because it's an automatic negative thought, it's a negative emotion rather than excitement or happiness. So we notice what the emotion is. We notice what am I feeling? And then the P is to proceed with all that information. From that, what are the actions that I need to take? So what is this thought telling me? Why am I feeling this way? What are my beliefs about the thought? And what might be a more helpful way for me to think? So proceeding with the new thought, coming up with an alternative, more helpful, balanced thought. And that's the step technique. I hope that's helpful. I am going to put a link in for the 4 C's, which is also another way of catching the thought, checking in with the thought, challenging the thought, and changing the thought. So I'm going to put that link in the comments and in the notes for the podcast. Thank you for listening to me today. If you do find this helpful, please do share and follow me. Give us a like, comment. It all helps. Thank you for listening to me today. Bye for now, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.